We are here with Heather McFadden from Artworks on Main, which is in downtown Mooresville. So welcome to the program, Heather.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
There's quite a bit of an art scene in downtown Mooresville. It seems to be really growing, and of course you have your gallery there. Can you talk a little bit about what's been going on and how you're involved?
Sure. Downtown Mooresville is focusing on art and culture, and their whole focus right now is bringing in that scene to the downtown Mooresville area and are reaching out to local artists and the community to pull that in. Artworks on Main is a gallery, a shop, a studio, and we offer classes. We have 10 resident studio spaces, a small art supply store for local residents and students themselves to be able to get what particular needs that they need out of the store, and plus the gallery. So we felt the timing of bringing that to Mooresville was perfect, and we've been there for about a year now, and we've only seen it grow since we've been there.
And you're very involved. I actually came in for the artworks on our Art Walk on Main. So if you go in there, it's on the second Friday of every month.
Second Friday of every month.
And you've got a lot of participating merchants that are providing artwork. And
the majority of merchants on Main are in Broad Street, are really trying to open up to the community and offer them what we have there in Mooresville, because it's such a small community and it's really growing. And the majority of the merchants are open the second Friday of every month from 6 to 9. They host their own particular artist and sometimes offer music, refreshments, treats. It's a great night for both just the family members and the small ones to the professional artists alike.
And what kind of things do you have in your gallery, and how do you work with the local artists to bring in a variety of artwork?
Our whole purpose was to promote the local artists because there is so much talent here in the Lake Norman area. The majority of the artists do what we call an exhibit application. They approach us and they apply to exhibit within the gallery itself. We're looking for the experienced artist, and most of their resumes or bios would show what exhibit experience they've had in the past, and we choose from there. My father, who's my partner, is an art professor at 2 local colleges, and he has a lot of say in what kind of art we show. We try to represent all mediums and encourage all mediums.
And is the artwork on sale as well? You said you had a shop. Is the stuff on exhibit also always on sale, or are you sometimes just showing certain art and selling other?
Oh, everything in the gallery is on sale.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
and it's pretty large. How many pieces do you have in there right now? Because you walk right into the gallery first when you come in. So.
We designed it that way. We used a professional lightscape that designs museums and galleries alike in both North and South Carolina. As of right now, we have probably 40 pieces in the gallery itself, and we try to rotate that out, and so we have fresh stuff.
Okay. Now, what made you come up with that concept, though? I know you mentioned Mooresville is becoming an art scene, but I mean, what were you doing before, and what made you transition?
My father, like I had mentioned, who's my partner, is a professional artist and a teacher, and the whole concept started from he and I were looking for a studio space to share, and it just kind of mushroomed from there. We needed a studio. We looked in the local area and ended up in Mooresville only because it was so charming. And I think we've made a great decision. But once we found the studio, we know we wanted enough room to have classes because my father loves to teach, and then we got that, and then we wanted to have more studio spaces since we were looking for room, and then we thought, well, if we're going to have classes and artists, we need to have a gallery. And if we're going to have classes, we need to have a supply store. So it just mushroomed from there, and it's kind of worked out really, really well.
And you're even we're going to bring some artists in a second, but you're mushrooming even more now. You said in your art supply store, you're going to start having...
We are growing. We are growing. It's really exciting. We have decided, just besides the supply store, which offers brushes and paints for the working artist, we're going to highlight some fiber art, and first we're going to start out branching out to pocketbooks and purses and handmade knitting scarves and hats and things of that nature. So we're very excited. And jewelry. Jewelry is one of them.
And in terms of classes, you offer classes in different mediums, and if people wanted to find out about the classes that you offer, they could go to your website.
www.artworksonmain.com has a complete listing of all of our classes. We range from 5 years old all the way through the professional artist.
That's great. And we have a coupon, or mention LKN Savings, and people can get 10% off if they want to take a class.
10% off classes.
You can find that information on lknsavings.com.
And there's also a coupon on lknsavings.com for 30% off in the art supply store as well. So
yes.
Yes. Also, so let's bring in a few of the artists to talk about some of these gorgeous paintings behind us.
Great.
And we'll be right back.
Okay,
Thanks.
good.
Giorgio's Salon and Spa is located on 179 North Main Street in Mooresville, North Carolina, 28115. Phone number 704-799-1144. Giorgio was trained in New York, Athens, and Rome. Our slogan is, "Let us transform you from ordinary to extraordinary."
This is Tina Alberni
Hi.
and Gordon James, whose artwork is represented at Artworks on Main, and we wanted to hear a little bit about their art and what they do.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for
I guess
having
we'll
me.
start with Tina. Tell
Okay.
us a little bit about your artwork, how you got started, and what kind of
Okay.
forms of art you do.
All right. Well, my work is just as much an intellectual journey as it is an artistic expression. And as you can see, this is just one sample of a lot of things I do, but there's a certain rawness or a certain raw quality to my work, and that's done purposely, I guess, to evoke, the purity or the essence of my intellectual thoughts. I really think a lot about a lot of things. I'm very inspired about things that happen on our planet today, and I pay attention to very small things that usually are insignificant to other people, and I really make those important. And a lot of my work is focused on that. And I started art many years ago. I studied art, and I also became an art teacher, taught for 14 years in Miami, Florida. And then I moved here a few years ago, and I currently teach a lot of workshops through Artworks on Main and a few other places I belong to in Charlotte. I love to do outreach. I work a little bit with Goodwill Industries and the Salvation Army. So it's very much a process, not just doing my work, but also sharing my work with the community and passing on a little, of my information to some kids who maybe have a future desire for
And what
doing
kind
art.
of form of art do you call, or you do?
I would say abstract, figurative. There's a lot
Okay.
of that, and there's a lot of reasons why I combine that, but it's
Okay.
very long and involved. But
She said a really good point. We had a guest on not too long ago from the Cornelius Art Center who said one of the key things about artists is being able to see the fine details
Right.
and pull out the little details.
Observation.
yes,
And not, so
Absolutely.
it's interesting you said that because
Yeah.
it seems to be an underlying theme with artists. and-
all the work I do is
See
all
what
about
others
the
don't.
essence. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a beautiful piece.
Thank
and we
you.
appreciate you sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Now,
And Gordon, what can you tell us a little bit about
that's
your
beautiful.
work?
We're
and
going to
what
step
you-
away here and we can see how gorgeous these paintings are.
Okay, my work is I do primarily figurative work,
Okay.
and I love that looseness, kind of that some people have called it like brushy realism.
Yeah.
And I just love to kind of try to say everything with like a simple stroke, and I just really enjoy painting and everything that paint can do.
I love all the way the folds and the
Yeah.
fabric, with the different hues and everything. That's beautiful.
You know what else? I also love a challenge. So one thing that might be a hallmark of my work is that it's there's always a technical challenge in there. Trying to get all the figures in and then paint all the wrinkles and then represent the light. I enjoy that too, and I also just enjoy doing things that are very, very pretty.
Yeah.
Now, how did you do? Did you actually have people posing for this?
Oh yeah,
or did you
these
take it off
are
of the picture?
actual people,
Okay.
and I took a photograph. That's my wife.
Oh, okay. Well,
Thank you. And so a lot of the times there'll be people I know, or I'll run around with my camera doing city scenes, and I also do a lot of painting from life. And I actually teach an oil painting figure class at Artworks.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that's wonderful.
those are beautiful. Well, thank you both for being on our show.
Thank
and
you.
again, you can find both of these artists and their work at Artworks on Main in downtown Mooresville. So thank you very much for coming
Thanks.
on.
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys
you.
did a great job.
All right.
Thanks.